Team Fortress 2 was initially released on October 10, 2007, and you could only obtain it by buying the orange box. Throughout the many years, this incredible video game has seen a lot of game modes, weapons, hats, events, competitions, tournaments, and maps made. That includes both Valve and the community. And while a lot of the maps are extremely fun and addictive to play with great replay value, some maps are doomed to be forgotten. Once a very successful map added to the game during the Sniper vs. Spy update, Pipeline has unfortunately now fallen under the radar for most of the players, new or old. Its first appearance is an even older update, where it was shown in the background of the Bonk Atomic Punch advertisement during the third day of the Scout update. However, in daylight, as opposed to the actual map's theme in-game, night. Tell you quickly about the map, Pipeline is a 3-stage payload race map. In fact, it was the very first official payload race map ever. And while uncertain, I believe there were no unofficial payload race maps prior to it either. All 3 stages of the map have a single objective for both teams, to push their car to the other side of the map before the other team does it. Simple, yet thrilling of a game mode. What sets the map apart from others is not the fact that there are 2 cars to be pushed, but also the fact that there is no timer. The rounds do not end until one of the teams have made it. I have played plenty of matches which could last up to an hour just because of that, and not a single minute of it would be boring. All 3 stages are also perfectly symmetrical, which is more than understandable given the game mode type. The map setting is rather dark, which is definitely not the common choice for Team Fortress 2 maps. However, it does complement Pipeline very well and puts a really interesting, even cozy feeling to it. Now here's a screenshot of how Sniper explained Pipeline to his mom. It would be a truly enlightening experience to play Pipeline during a daytime setting. If that is a possibility with enough map-making knowledge, please do let me know and we might as well see the day of it. I vaguely remember the day that the Sniper vs. Spy update came out. I remember being extremely excited for the spy items, as it was my then favorite class. At the time that the update was released, a lot of the people were joining the community servers, which at the time were the only ones available to us, getting the best out of the fresh new items, achievements, and most importantly maps, one of which was Pipeline. The question stands, when did it go so south? What made Pipeline so unpopular that at the time of recording there is only a single person playing it in the community servers, and the only ones I can find using Valve's casual queue are most often up to 5v5, including the few hackers that are lurking there because they have more power in voting when there aren't as many human players around. Unfortunately, I would not be able to pinpoint a single day during which it all happened, nor if it did occur on a single day occasion, as I spent a lot of time in Pipeline on a sayings.de server. I played on that server almost religiously for probably a few years. As I wasn't making too many new friends back then due to my lack of English, I spent my time alone playing on servers I loved the most, 2 of which were 24 instant respawn Pipeline and regular Badlands Arena. To my own sadness, apparently the server wasn't all that popular. Sure, it had players here and there, but not as many as I thought. They would keep having bots, which did not appear as bots, to ensure that the server almost always looks full, unless someone wants to connect, of course, luring in unaware players like me. I am not sure if bots were trained to be decent soldiers on the battlefield or if I was too much of a noob to notice their lack of skill. Regardless, I would still sometimes spend entire days in the server racking up as many as 1,000 points in the scoreboard, as the map would only change every now and then instead of at the end of every round. This lack of understanding of the fact that I am surrounded by bots made me feel very betrayed and sad, knowing that I might have wasted a lot of valuable time during which I could have made many friends if they were not PC-controlled mindless robots that I killed for the past few years or so. However, that is not the only thing I have wasted. I also wasted my chances to play Pipeline on a different server, thus making me rather incapable of knowing if the map was popular at all once the hype of the update has gone down. To counter this, I have reached out to fellow Redditors by creating a Google form asking them a few simple questions. The questions were as follows. When did you start playing Team Fortress 2? What is your earliest memory of payload race Pipeline compared to other maps? Do you believe the map was rather popular back in the day? Why do you think so? Would you like to see Payload Race Pipeline more often in Valve and community server rotation? So, the first question being when did you start playing Team Fortress 2 got a lot of different answers. I didn't get too many replies by too many users, but the ones I got were really diverse, and that is a good thing. So, we had players playing from pretty much from all possible years, meaning that we had veterans that saw the map come to its life, but also people that perhaps never even played the map. While some of the people could not remember their earliest memories of Pipeline, some of them did, and they are as follow. I remember a Pipeline match way back in my first few months of playing this game, where me and two of my friends all played sniper standing next to each other in the same spot, like a firing squad. It was surprisingly effective until one of us got auto-balanced and we were pitted against each other. I was not active at the map's release until I started playing again in 2012. I played it on a quiet server, about 5-6 players on each team. The teaser in the Scout update would be the first thing I remember. If in-game, I remember looking at it and thinking how beautiful the night theme was before the game developed into Huntsman spamming down the corridor where the car traveled in stage 2. Fighting a bunch of bots as a vaccinator medic was fun. We got a team wipe and won. Saw Team Fortress 2 videos of Star, Germa and Vulan Sleevelet playing Pipeline. First got a full game of Pipeline maybe a year ago. It was actually very fun because I was able to easily engineer. But since, like other alternative game modes, the lobby was full of fresh installs, the game didn't last long. It's been years, so I can't really say for certain, but it's always been chaotic and fun. It becomes apparent that the map gives very mixed feelings to everyone. However, most of them can agree that the map is chaotic but fun.
Hey, what is happening, guys? It's Germa again with the gameplay commentary. This time we are on Payload Race Pipeline, which is one of the better maps in Team Fortress 2. Unfortunately, nobody plays it, so if you ever are in your server browser and you see Pipeline, double-click it, because I promise you it is one of the funner maps in Team Fortress 2.
Now when it comes down to the map being popular or not back in the day, people also tend to disagree very much. Some of them state that it was never the case and nobody liked it. Nonetheless, quite a few people also agreed that it was a very unique map. In fact, as mentioned, it was the very first Payload Race game mode map to ever exist, making it a rather popular map alongside people for quite a few years after its launch, including a lot of YouTubers that played it, and admitted it is fun. Even though people seem to be disliking this map more than liking it, they ended up voting for if they would like to see it featured more often in the official Valve rotation. 8 people said that yes, they would absolutely love to see it, and 5 voted against it. 2 of them agreeing that the map is still good, but it has simply served its time. I should note that multiple Redditors that have been interviewed also noticed and explained that Payload Race Pipeline has not lost its appeal to them. It simply was the Valve's decision to put it in the game mode into the alternative game mode section, which rarely any players queue up for, making it a bit of an issue. Now, before you leave, could you please tell me what other maps, weapons, game modes, and so on should I cover in the series? Because it's quite fun, and it brings a lot of nostalgia to my face. So, thank you for watching, consider subscribing, leave a comment, and I'll see you around. Bye bye!